Hey, what's up, guys? Alan Bishop back with the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute. So, your source for all things distillation related knowledge wise in the world of legal, illicit, or other, if there is another, distilling. Or even if you're just a fan of distilling, you want to know more about the art. So, as always, reach out to me with any of your questions, bishopshomegrown@gmail.com, the YouTube comments below, or social media. I'm starting to sound like a radio host. Also, check out thealchemistcabinet.com. The Warehouse 1 is the store on there. You can buy autographed copies of the Alchemist Cabinet Philosophy Volume 1 book that we did off of there. You'll also be able to very shortly pick up DVDs of our history of distilling in the Black Forest of Southern Indiana. That was from a live talk given at the Depot Museum in Salem, Indiana. You'll be able to also pick up the Alan Bishop Experience DVD there, an extended version, not before seen, that Bo Cumberland is working on currently. And you can pick up all kinds of cool swag. So we're going to have shirts, we're going to have hats. Right now we've got these cool mugs. We just got the prototype in today that I'm pretty damn happy with. Thermal mugs for your coffee. I drink coffee all day long, so I'm going to wear the hell out of that thing. So one way or the other. But be sure to check that out. Also, if you're at all interested in the paranormal, check out mine and Kim's new podcast. If you have ghosts, you have everything. And check out my Stillhand Justin Whaley's podcast, Still Learning. All right, all shameless self-promotion out of the way. We got another viewer question this week, and I love viewer questions because they give me content and they actually make me use my brain a little bit. So, not all of these things I answer questions to are necessarily methods I use every day or on a continual basis. So sometimes they make me do some mental gymnastics, which I really do appreciate. But today's question, the title of the email was Alembic Head. Casey Moto is the one that sent this in. Alan, I have a modest 15-gallon still with a 3-inch wide column. I can adjust from roughly 20 inches to 7 inches with reflux. 20 inches to 7 feet. Damn. That's impressive. With reflux if need be. I mostly produce whiskey and brandy with occasional runs to produce a high proof neutral. I look forward to creating rum and gin in the near future. Do you see any advantages in adding an Alembic style head to the mix? Thank you for sharing your passion with the world. That is a great question, and my answer to that question is absolutely. There's nothing wrong with running the 3-inch wide column. I've got several stills that have exactly that on them. And I still, a lot of times, will run my hot rod still copper Alembic head on those, or one of the other copper Appalachian style pot still heads that I have. And the rationale for that is we talked before on this channel about how an expansion chamber changes the style of whiskey or brandy that you're making. And in whiskey and brandy production, it's very much so about this sort of slow, methodical way of allowing basically the vapor to escape that still and this clouding effect. And so what happens is in a column, everything gets shot straight up, right? Super fast, just right? There's no slowdown. If there is slowdown, it's probably going to be at a weird angle, let's say at the best, right? And go into a smaller diameter exit, okay? Which puts a little stress on the vapor, let's put it that way. With an Alembic head, what happens is that vapor comes up and it has a chance to sort of come up to the top. Not all of it can escape at once, and it clouds and it swirls around. All right, now you're taking a little bit more time. There's some more conversation with copper. There's some more, you're dropping out some more SO2, H2S, right, as that vapor swirls. Okay, you're given a chance to get a little rectification, especially in cooler weather. For brandies and whiskeys, in my opinion, that are pot stilled, that is very, very important for quality, and that's why you see that around the world. If you look at traditional cognac, it has to be made in a pot still with that style, an onion style head, right? If you look at single malt whiskey, you're going to see, sort of an onion bulb on it that gives at least a little bit more copper contact and a little bit of that vapor swirling around in there, etc. That sort of gentle pulling the vapor off over time, not forcing it straight up and out. So for me, my answer to your question is absolutely yes, it's worth the investment. And just think of it this way. It's a little bit of an investment. All these things are. If you're going to distill at home and you're worried about money, you picked a bad hobby to get into because it's expensive, as you know, I'm sure. But I always look at it whenever I've ever bought something that expanded my equipment like that is these are all tools in my toolbox, right? Mechanics buy tools all the time. They may put off buying some of them until they absolutely have to buy them, and then they break down and make the investment, and they go, well, I'm going to use this again, and I'm going to use it over and over and over again. And now I have it. I can expand my services, just like Now that you have a whiskey helmet, you can expand your repertoire. You can change up the flavor, taste profile, etc. of what you have with that one little device. And it's a pretty passive device. It's not something that you have to learn anything new to operate, right? It's something that you just put onto your existing equipment and you run, and it changes the profile, etc. So for me, yes, I would highly encourage anybody who doesn't have an actual proper Alembic head. All right, now then there's nothing wrong with Appalachian style head either. But if you're going to make particularly traditional brandies and maybe traditional single malts, get you one, guys. Get you one. Spend a little bit of money, invest in yourself, and have it on hand. Have another tool in your toolbox. If nothing else, you got a nice shiny piece of copper to look at that you can be proud of, right? So that's always going to be my suggestion on things like that. I hope that answered your question. And again, anytime you guys have any questions, reach out to me. It's a little short video today, and that's okay. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm sure you guys get tired of hearing me ramble for 10 or 11 minutes at a time anyways, and there'll be longer videos coming here shortly with the brand new 13 Stills, one piece at a time, Distilling Institute, Black Forest Edition, 5-gallon pot still with built-in gin head that we call the weapon of mass extraction. 2 different line arm angles, a cold finger, and a shell and tube Liebig condenser. We're going to do all kinds of fun stuff with that. And the grain kits that I offered on the alchemistcabinet.com, we do still have a few of those up. These are very unique one-off grain kits. There's one that's malted roasted sunflower, which is my personal favorite. There's some Elise corn, which is the flint corn I've been working on breeding myself now for a couple years. There is malted Elise corn. There is also smoked Elise corn malt on there. We're going to start making those into 5-gallon batches to be able to show you how this little new Black Forest style 13 still operates. So get yours today. Reach out to Jason Wade Harrell at 13 Stills. You can also order through the Alchemist Cabinet, although I will tell you that's a third-party affiliate that does go to Jason Wade Harrell. I don't make any money off that still. What I did is help design that still, and I'm helping come up with the methodology to run it. So thanks, guys. Love y'all. Catch you later.